Okay, guys, good evening and thank you very much indeed for being here. This is my 100 webinars. I never set out to do 100 webinars, but it's here, and I'm so lucky, humble, and privileged to have Nayan here. So I'm just going to quickly introduce Nayan before we do the housekeeping, and I'm just going to share the screen with you. And I think it's good just to have a quick introduction from Nayan here. So Nayan, can you see the screen here?
Yeah, I can see that.
So good evening, everyone from Mauritius. This is the my 100 webinars, and it's on public speaking is a whole body affair. Of course, the presenter here is the international public speaking presenter as well as author, Nayan Chaudhary. She's a international public speaking mentor, founder and CEO of ANC Transformation. She has helped corporate professional and business leaders to master public speaking, winning social skill and 100 times their revenue. So basically it's increased their revenue by 100 times. ANC also offers one-to-one consultation, group training and large-scale workshop facilities, which we will talk about later. Nayan has trained over 10,000 corporate professional and business leaders from more than 50 countries to date. In addition, ANC is the author of various books. Advanced communication skill is one of them, which I'll share with you later. She's also featured on V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, and a variety of other news outlets. She's on the mission to help you realize your potential, of course, as a public speaker. So she'll cover on impact connection, framework, stage, and we've got a few questions as well for you. So guys, I can't thank you enough for being here today. Quite a historic day for me, emotional day, of course. It's been a long journey in COVID-19. We started at the start, during, at the end, and post-COVID now. Nobody's wearing masks, of course. So let me just quickly stop sharing. Of course, nobody's wearing masks. So Nayan, just quickly on you, a few words. Where are you based in India? I'd love to know that. Just a few words, where you're based and why you're doing what you're doing.
Well, I'm from India, Maharashtra, and I'm particularly living in Nasik. So my mission is to help you to realize your true potential, because growing up, I was not that much confident person. I was shy, I was introvert, I was unable to present myself effectively and confidently. And that's what motivates me to help people, because gradually I have seen that people are not confident, people are unable to present, people are unable to speak from stage. And whenever they go on stage, they just fear. They have the fear of public speaking. They start getting sweat, or they just fumble, or they forget the things. They start shivering. So when I have observed people that, okay, people are facing all these challenges in their life, I realize that, okay, let me help people. Let me help them. Let me help them to come out of it. So that is my mission, to help people to realize their true potential by mastering public speaking skills. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Wow. Nayan, so of course, you inspire me. You've done a lot of things. I actually saw your training on Udemy. That's what we call, right? Udemy. It's U-B-E-I-M, U-B-E-M-Y, Udemy, right?
Yes.
So that's where I saw you, Udemy guys, U-B-E-M-Y. And that's where I saw Nayan, fantastic presentation package you had. I just saw it, I didn't download it, but it was amazing. So that's where I got to know you, got connected on LinkedIn. We had our first webinar cancelled in May. Then we moved on in September. And here we are now, the third time lucky, as we say. Nayan, just quickly, then you've also written a book on advanced communication skill. Why did you write that book, and where did you get the idea to write that book?
Actually, what happened is that I was not thinking about to write a book, but a lot of people started coming to me and they started asking me that, ma'am, do you have a book? I was telling them that, no, I don't have a book. And then one individual came, second individual came, then it just go on and on and on. People was asking me for my book like anything. And then it becomes pressure on me that, okay, now by hook or by crook, I have to write a book, because people are asking me about this all time. So from there, I have got the inspiration that, okay, let me write the book for them. And it just go on and on. And I am so grateful that when I launched my book, within few hours, my 500 copies got sold.
Wow. And
Yes.
what I've done also,
And it was not physical. Actually, it was not physical. It was ebook. So immediately within few hours, 500 copies just got sold. And then after that, I launched my physical book, and then it just sold like anything.
So when I was researching on you, this is your second book. You had a first book as well.
Yes, the first book is Advanced Communication Skills. My second book is Time Management.
So you've got a book on communication. The second one is time management.
Yes.
And I've also, guys, I've shared that on the link. You'll see the link for Nayan's book on advanced communication skill, which is on Amazon.com. I've actually got a copy. And in fairness, I should have read it before we do the webinar. So please accept my apologies on this. So yeah, look, then we are so delighted to have you. Guys, can we have a big round of applause? If you can have your little emoji for Nayan right now from India, and it's almost 8:30 in the evening there. So fantastic to have you. So please, whenever you're ready, let's get the presentation. But before we do this, let me just, before we share, let me ask the audience quickly a question on making sure, so that you'll see the survey coming up now. And yeah, so how many of you had public speaking training? And this is what's important today. We see many training being advertised on different social media platform, but it's not all about what you think. This is where Nayan's going to clear the myth. You cannot be a speaker in six session or 7 session. There's more to it. So how many of you had public speaking training? Very, very important. What's your stat on that? What do you think the stat will be, Nayan? Will it be 50-50, 60-70? What's the percentage would be before I share?
Well, I cannot say that. It varies from person to person. Some people feel that, okay, it is extremely important, but some people feel that, okay, I can do it by myself. So that's what happens.
So I'm going to share the result with you now. And of course, 20% had training on public speaking, but a whopping 80% are waiting for this, right? Are waiting for you. They have never had a training. To me, this is a training in itself. But it's just a start of your journey of being a public speaker. This could take 6 months. This could take a year. This could take a year and a half or 2 years or even 5 years. But it's a start, right, Nayan?
Yes, absolutely. See, what happened is that if I talk about myself, I haven't become good public speaker in a day, or you can say in a year, or after 2 years, after 3 years. No. Now also, I feel that I am a student of public speaking. I am learning every single day by giving lots of workshops, by conducting lots of workshops. It might be offline, it might be online. So it is something which is never ending journey. You have to work on your speaking skills. You have to work on your public speaking skills every single day, or whenever you get opportunities.
Okay, Nayan, so you're so interesting to talk to you. One question before we really go into the presentation. There's quite a few young people watching with their parents right now. Where did the motivation for public speaking came along? I mean, were you always talking in the family? Were you always bubbly, or what was how did you get to public speaker? I mean, where the background come from? Does it come from a family? Were you inspired by someone? Please, can you just share that with us as well?
If I will take you on my background, so what happened is that growing up, I was not a confident person. I was shy. I was introvert person. And the strange thing which happened to me is that when my younger brother born, my parents' entire attention goes towards him, that nurturing him, loving him. And I was feeling that, okay, they don't love me anymore. So that kind of feeling I started getting. And because of that, it used to decrease my confidence level. I used to feel like, oh, they don't love me, or nobody wants me. So it just go on and on and on till my 10th grade. And till my 10th grade, I was kind of person that if you would like to talk to me, if you would just say hi to me, I was that person that I would literally run away from the situation. I don't want to face the individual. So that type of situation I was in. But when I went in my 11th grade, I got a wonderful teacher. His name is Mr. Rajesh Patil, sir. So what happened is that he always used to motivate us in a class that, okay, go for it, do it, take, just take initiative, do this, do that. He always used to motivate us. And of course, being a part of that class, I also used to get motivated that, okay, I want to do this. I want to raise my hand in a class and so much more. So from that, I just increased my confidence level. So that was my turning point of my life, that I started developing my confidence level. And gradually I got the opportunity to become head girl of my school twice.
Wow.
That 11th standard also I was a head girl, and in 12th standard also I was a head girl. So through that also my confidence level just boosted up. And since I was a head girl, I have to present my school, I have to speak from stage, although I was terrible at it at that point, and I was terrible leader at that time. But it taught me a great lesson in my life that, okay, you got to do this, you don't have to do this, you need to delete this from your life, you need to implement this in your life. So I got that great exposure in my 11th and 12th standard. And after that, you have asked me that how I became public speaker. Well, it was not planned. I just started taking small steps, which I used to like people used to come to me, like students used to come to me and ask me for tips that, okay, how I can study, how I can do this, how I can do that. Then I used to tell them that, okay, do this, do that. And one point of time, what happened is that one teacher saw me giving some tips. So he invited me to come to his institution and just guide people, guide students. So
Wow.
I went there, and from there I got another opportunity. From there I got another opportunity. But again, I was doing it for free. I was not getting paid. So what happened is that I was
and you're still doing it for free. You're still doing it for free today.
Yeah. So what happened after that is that I started getting more and more opportunities in my life. And then I thought that, okay, if I will just do it for free for students, then I would not generate money. And then I started approaching corporate professionals. I started approaching corporate companies. So from there, I started earning. So it just go on and on. It was never planned that I will become a public speaker. It was never planned.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you very much, Nayan. It's amazing. And your teacher who inspired you was Rajesh Patil.
Yes.
Mr. Rajesh Patil, thank you
Yes.
for obviously getting Nayan here, guys. Look, and I'm hoping today I'll be inspired by you, Nayan. I mean, it's like, you're so young and everybody's watching you. Everybody's got a story to tell. But just quickly as well, Nayan, I mean, we'll talk about this, but you don't become a public speaker in 6 sessions. Just few words on that, Nayan.
See, usually what happens is we feel that, okay, I'll take some classes, and within 6 days, within 7 days or 12 days, I'll become good public speaker. No, it is not the case. Okay. If I talk about myself, I am in public speaking from last more than 5 years. So I cannot say that, oh, I am incredible public speaker. No, I am not. Okay, it is something which is never ending journey. You cannot see, you will learn some basic things. You will go on stage, you will present yourself confidently. But guess what? If you will not continue doing it after 6 months or after 2 months, you will not have that ability. Let me give you my example. So you must be knowing this, that I was terribly sick for 6 months.
Yes.
I
yes.
had fever. I was continuously getting fever. So it all started in April. So that all started, and after 6 months, that is now in October. So what happened is that I was feeling inside me that I am losing my skills. Okay, I am unable to present myself the way I used to before. My stamina got affected. And when I was presenting, I was not getting the thoughts. So see, it is not about that one day you will do it, one day you will become incredible speaker, and after that you will remain the same. No, that's not the case. It is something which you need to work on every single day.
Wow. Awesome.
So that's my example. See, I was terribly sick for 6 months. So I was completely off from all the sessions. I was not conducting any sessions. But after that, when I started conducting sessions, I realized the huge changes in me, that I was unable to present. I was unable to speak English. I was unable to organize the thoughts in my mind. I was not able to do that. But when I come in that momentum, I came into that flow, then it started growing. So again, I want to tell you that if you started building your communication skills, your public speaking skills, don't leave it. You got to work on it every single day. You got to go in front of people. You need to talk to people. You need to present in front of people. That's how you are going to retain that skill. Otherwise, it will vanish away from your life.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Nayan. Okay, guys, thank you. Let's go on to the presentation, Nayan. Like I said, it's just quick housekeeping before I forget. Please, of course, thank you everyone for being here. Please do email me your feedback after the event, as well as email me your certificate of attendance for your name. So not email me, just obviously for the certificate of attendance, send me your names and the detail for us to issue you the certificate of attendance, and I'll send you all the detail for Nayan at the end. Nayan, please take it away if you can share your screen. We'll just make sure that your screen is shared, and we'll probably stop in about 20 minutes of the presentation. We'll take some audio questions, and we've got about 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. We would like to stop in 8 p.m. Your time will be 9:30, Nayan. So hopefully we'll have a nice session going forward. Nayan, take it away. If you can share the screen, please, and I will take it from there.
Absolutely. So before sharing the screen, let me ask you some questions. How many of you want to become powerful and a fearless speaker? Please go in the chat and write down P. Please go in the chat and write down P.
Okay, everybody, if you can just go on the Q&A and you can just type P, please. P mean like you want to be a powerful speaker.
Powerful speaker, yes.
Yeah. And then, of course,
Awesome.
I will do the survey later. I haven't got the survey yet. Or do you want me to share it?
Yeah. All right. And how many of you want to destroy, like completely destroy your fear of public speaking? Yes. And how many of you want your audience to listen to you from beginning to end? Everyone wants that, right? And that's why you are here. And how many of you want to captivate your audience towards you every single time you speak? Please go in the chat and write down C. Please go in the chat and write down C. Awesome. Awesome. Great. So here in this workshop, you are going to learn all these things, that how exactly you will become powerful speaker, how you will captivate your audience towards you every single time you speak, how you will let your audience listen to you from beginning to end. So everything we are going to discuss over here. Yes, awesome, amazing, great.
Okay, so Nayan, I've got a survey. Do you want me to share the survey about how many of you truly decided to become a powerful speaker? Okay, let me launch that quickly, Nayan. Everybody can obviously then, how many of you truly desire to become a powerful speaker? I want to be. I'm just going to say yes there. Hence the reason why I'm here as well. And I'm sure many young people are watching as well. Some of my colleagues, Rikesh, son, Ratna, son as well. Some of the daughters as well are watching. So fantastic to see you all. Guys, I'm also going to open the chat for all of you. So the chat box, so then you can also reply on the chat. Attendees can reply to anyone. So the chat is easier to communicate when Nayan's going to do the interactive session. So already I'm going to end the poll now, Nayan, and you will see I'm going to share the result with you. 98% want to become a powerful speaker, and only 2%, which there's just 1%. It's as you know, it's dinner time at the moment in Mauritius, so maybe they are feeling a bit weak, but we'll get them to become powerful later.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have divided this workshop in 3 parts. In the first part, you are going to learn that why do we have the fear of public speaking? What is the root cause of it? Why we have this fear inside us? And after that, you are going to learn that how exactly you will conquer the fear of public speaking. That what are the steps? What are the tricks? I'm going to share with you that. And once you will implement this, you are literally going to become a powerful speaker. You are going to present yourself confidently and fearlessly. And in the second part, I am going to share with you that public speaking is a whole body affair, which means that whenever you are on stage, your entire body gets involved. That is from your head to your toe. Your head gets involved, your eyes gets involved. Yes, your ears also gets involved, your nose, your lips, your tongue, your face, your hands, your shoulder, your legs gets involved whenever you are presenting from stage. So when you will use all these body parts, what will happen that you will captivate your audience towards you, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. And after that, in the third part, we are going to open the room for discussion. We're going to open the room for Q&A, but don't worry about it. In the middle also, you will get opportunity to ask your questions. So now I hope you have complete clarity that how this workshop is going to go. And guess what? If you are going to be here till the end of the workshop, then you will receive the complete book on You will receive the complete book on handling debates and arguments like a pro. It is going to be the ebook, but only if you are going to be here till the end of the workshop. And I know that you are going to be here. So now,
as well, so don't worry about that.
yeah. So now let's talk about that, where this fear comes from. Why do we have the fear of public speaking? What is the root cause of it? Why do we have that fear? Why we shiver whenever we are on stage, whenever we are presenting? Why? What is the reason? So let's talk about that. So here I will give you one example. So what happened is that thousands of years ago, literally thousands of years ago, we used to live in jungle. And in order to survive, we used to get everything from the tribe: food, shelter, protection, everything, like clothes, everything you used to get in the tribe. But what if, because of some reasons, just imagine that tribe members kicked you out of that tribe, then what will happen to you? You would not get food, you will not get shelter, you will not get protection, you will not get clothes to wear, right? And what if any wild animal can see you, attack on you, kill you, eat you? Then what would happen? You will lose your life, right? And from that point of time to this point of time, we are carrying that fear with us. So what happened is that whenever you are on stage, you are alone and your audience are in group. Let's say that you are interacting in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people. So they are in group, but you are alone. So from that time, like thousands of years ago, when you are alone, it means that you had that threat of life. You can lose your life. But now when you are on stage, nobody will hit you, right? Nobody will hit stone on you. Nobody can attack on you, right? Because it's not ethically right. Yes, you will not lose your life. So since we are alone and all the people are in group, and that's why we have the fear of public speaking, because we are alone. And that's why you face that anxiety, you feel nervousness, you feel that shivering inside your body, you start shivering, you start getting sweat. Why? Because you are alone and you feel like, oh, I don't want to be here, I just want to run away from the situation. Does it happen to you? If yes, why it is happening to you? Because it is ingrained within us. And you know what, that's fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine. If you're feeling nervousness, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're shivering, if you're getting sweat, that's absolutely fine, because that's what makes you human being, right? Everyone are here. You all are human beings, right? You are not a robot. You have feelings, and that's fine because it is ingrained within us. So next time, whenever you will be on stage, don't get fearful. And even though you are fearful about it, that's absolutely fine, because that's what makes you human being. Are you with me so far? Yes? Yes? Please go in the chat and write down why.
Chat, you can put anything you want. You can be anonymous as well if you want. But you can just put anything that Nayan just said. Someone have just put in why. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Now, finally, let's talk about some quick wins so that you can conquer the fear of public speaking. Here, what you need to do is you need to focus on providing value. I hope everyone are making notes. Please grab your notebook, grab your pen and make notes, because whatever I'm going to share with you, it will just blow your mind and it will help you to become powerful and a fearless speaker. If you really desire to become powerful and a fearless speaker, then please go ahead, make notes, everything, all the strategies, all the hacks, all the framework which I'm going to share with you. It is literally going to help you like anything, and it will prepare you for your next presentation. So please write down and focus on providing value. So most of the time what happened is that it must be happening with you also, that when you go on stage, your entire focus is on yourself, that, oh, how you're looking, how you're presenting, how your body language is, or you are making mistake. Oh my God, you are making grammatical mistake, or you are fumbling in between, or you have very tense facial expression, or you are shivering, you are getting sweat. So what happened is that whenever you are on stage, your entire focus is on yourself. And when your focus is on yourself, it's very easy to get nervous. It's easy to get anxiety, because you are becoming self-conscious. You are becoming self-centric speaker whose focus is on yourself. But here, what you got to do is you need to shift your focus from yourself to your audience. What? You need to shift your focus from yourself to your audience. Always remember this. When your heart is on service, it is difficult to get nervous. What? It is extremely difficult to get nervous when your heart is on service. You can either get nervous or you can serve people, you can help people. So you have to choose. Which one do you want to choose? Okay, you have to choose one of it, that you choose to be nervous or you choose to help people, to serve people. So whenever you are on stage, focus at how exactly you can help people. What are the examples you can use for your audience so that they will understand everything properly? What are the stories which you can use so that your audience will resonate with it? What exactly you should speak, in which language you should speak, so that everyone will understand it and everyone will implement it, because that's your goal, right? Whenever you conduct any presentation, you have some goal in your mind. Here, the goal of this presentation is for you to implement everything, whatever you are going to learn, right? So my goal is that learn everything, and I want you to get prepared for your next presentation. So that's the goal. So please make sure to make notes, and whenever you will be on stage, focus on providing value, focus on serving. So when you will focus on serving, you will not get nervous. Now, let's talk about the second secret, that is get familiar with place and with the audience in order to conquer the fear of public speaking. So yesterday when I was having a workshop, one individual raised his hand and he asked me this question, that ma'am, when I'm going on stage, what happened to me is that my heartbeat starts increasing. I started getting sweat. And when I have to present, I'm unable to speak. Although I did a lot of practice. I was literally practicing for months, but still when I went there, when I started presenting, I was unable to present. So why? Why it is happening to me? So if this is something which happened in your life, that's absolutely fine. Here is what you got to do. That is, you need to get familiar with place and with your audience. So what does that mean? It means that, let's take an example, that tomorrow you have a presentation, okay, and you know that the place where you are going to go and you're going to give a presentation. So what you got to do is that you need to go to that auditorium, you need to go to that place at least 1 hour or 30 minutes before. So go and explore that place. See, what happened is that as a human being, we have the fear of unknown. Whenever we go to the unknown place, our heartbeat starts increasing because the place is completely unknown to us. Why? I have told you that example, that is thousands of years ago, we used to live in jungle, right? So when you are alone, when the place is unknown to you, when the people are unknown to you, automatically you get that fear inside you. Automatically you are unable to present. So what you got to do is that you need to go to that place 30 minutes or 1 hour before, explore that place, okay? Just go to that auditorium, stand on the stage, and look at people, look at your audience, even though they are not going to be present there. So imagine yourself on stage, okay? Just go on stage and imagine that there are audience sitting in front of you and you are presenting them, and gradually go inside the audience. And once you do that, you can also explore the place. You can also explore that where is the washroom, where is the other places are, where exactly people are sitting, or where exactly the people are. So once people will start coming, once your audience will start coming, what you got to do is you need to get familiar with your audience. You need to ask some set of questions to them, that, okay, where you are from? How are you? Okay, start with how are you, where you are from, what is your profession, what do you expect from this presentation, or do you have some special reason to attend this, or do you want to do this, do you want to do that? Okay, so ask some questions to them. So what will happen, that you will get to know that, okay, this person wants this person has this belief system, and just go on and on and on. So in this way, you will get familiar with place and with your audience. So here, don't only talk with 1 people, 2 people, 3 people, talk with as many people as you can. So please go in the chat box and write down A. Please go in the chat and write down A. Please go in the chat and write down A.
Sajjad from South Africa, Dr. Fabi. So yeah, it's all kicking off. Thank you, Nathan.
Awesome. So next time, whenever you will give presentation, make sure to get familiar with place as well as with your audience. Because when you will get familiar with them, you will conquer the fear of unknown. And guess what? The great thing about interacting with your audience is that when you will be on stage and when you will be presenting, the people to whom you have interacted with, they are the one who will interact. They are the one who will engage with you the most. Okay, and that is fantastic. See, what happened is that whenever we are on stage, why we lose our confidence? Because we feel that nobody is engaging with us. Nobody is listening to us. And that's why we started losing our confidence level. But when you will get familiar with your audience, when you will interact with your audience, all the people whom you have interacted with, they will look at you, they will focus on you, and they will interact with you. They will engage with you the most. And you know what? Let's say that I'm sitting here, all the people who are sitting around me, they will also start engaging with me. Why? Because I am engaging with the person, I am engaging with the speaker. So that's the beauty. So please, next time, if you really don't want to get nervous, if you don't want to get that sweat, if you don't want to get the shivering, but if you are getting that while going on stage, then please get familiar with place and with your audience. Yes. So now let's talk about the next quick win, that is understand. Please understand that you cannot please everyone. What? You cannot please everyone. Please write it down. You cannot please everyone. See, whenever you are presenting, what happens is that we feel that, oh, everyone in the audience should love my presentation. Everyone in the audience should love me. But guess what? Here also, there are so many people. You all would not love me. You all would not love my presentation. There would be some people who would love it. There would be some people who would not like it. Let me give you one example. Let's say that I get on stage, and the moment I see the entire audience, and the moment the audience look at me, what will happen? That the majority of audience will look at me and say that, oh, speaker looks reasonable, means I look reasonable. I hope I will get good value from the speaker. I hope I will get good value from author Nayan. And there would be majority of the people in the audience who will look at you and who will say that, I don't know why, but I literally love the speaker. I literally love author Nayan. I don't know why, but I literally love to listen to her. But on the flip side, there would be some people in the audience who will look at me and who will say, I don't know why, but I don't like the speaker. I couldn't resonate with the speaker. So understand, this is always going to happen. There would be some people in the audience who would literally love you. There would be some people in the audience who will not like you. And that's fine. That's acceptable, because understand, everyone will have different mindset, different belief system. You have different mindset, I have different mindset. It might be because that our mindset will match. It might be because that our mindset will not match. Why? Because I have different upbringing, I have different experiences, you have different upbringing, you have different experiences in your life, and that's what makes us unique, right? So please don't try to please everyone. The moment you stop doing this, your anxiety level just goes down, your confidence level just goes up. And this is what you got to focus on, that is not pleasing people. So please go in the chat and write down, yes, that is, you are not going to please people.
As a colleague are writing yes, yes. I am a bit disappointed because I thought I was pleasing everyone. So you are right. I know some people were looking at me with strange eyes. So I can see they were not very pleased with me when I do my presentation. So I think I've got the reality now, but yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good valid point that we cannot please everyone. And if you want to please everyone, then go and sell ice cream.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now you, whatever questions you have, you can ask.
Okay, so
yeah.
Do you want to go into the question session quickly, Nayan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, if you can stop sharing so then they can see both of us on the big screen.
Yeah.
And let's just pick up some questions. So let's see where the question comes in, guys. Like I said, we've only got 55 minutes left on this platform now. Part one has just finished. Nayan, when you say you talk about be familiar with the place, be familiar with the audience. So when someone is going to present, it's best to start speaking to the audience, right? Just to get to familiarize themselves, as opposed to just going to stand behind the lectern and just wait for your turn to speak. But when you're speaking with other people around you, before you present, you will feel much more at ease, right? Maybe a few words on that.
Yes. So what happened is that if, let's say that I directly go on stage, so what will happen, that first thing, the place is completely unknown to me. And the second thing is, it might be case that the audience are also unknown to me. And that's what happened with me in my initial days of my public speaking journey, that whenever I have to present, I literally used to be there on the place before 5 minutes. So again, if I am reaching to the place before 5 minutes, I would not get time to explore the place. I would not get time to talk with my audience. And because of that, my anxiety level was literally here and my confidence level was down. Although I did incredible practice, but still I was feeling that fear. Why? Because the place was unknown to me, the audience was unknown to me. And that's what we need to do, that we need to interact with people, we need to talk to people, we need to explore the place, we need to explore that where exactly I'm going to speak, where exactly I'm going to stand, how exactly I'm going to go to the audience, so that I will have greater level of connection with my audience, I will captivate my audience towards me, how exactly I will conduct the activities, where exactly, when exactly I will conduct the activities. So I am going to just visualize everything in my mind, that okay, I have to do this, I have to do that, after this I'm going to do this. So in this way, my anxiety level will reduce, my confidence level will just go to the next level.
Wow. Now, just quickly, you've got so much energy, so much enthusiasm in this webinar. It's never happened before, right? Where do you get this from? I mean, do you create it? Where do you get this energy from, this positive vibe, that enthusiasm, that energy? Where do you get this from?
What I feel is that if, let's say that I am talking with you very normally, very calmly, yes, that's fine, that's great, but I don't feel that energy inside me. And if I'm not feeling energy inside me, how I can expect my audience to feel the same? I want my audience to be enthusiastic, be energetic, be passionate, to listen to me. And if I want them to be passionate to listen to me, I got to take my passion to the next level. I got to take my energy to the next level. So that's what we need to do. Like, see, whatever I feel, you will feel the same. If I will feel nervous, if I will feel shy, if I will feel relaxed, you will feel the same. If I will feel energetic, if I will feel passionate, if I will feel enthusiastic, everyone will feel the same.
Wow. Now, and just quickly, I've got questions coming in. We will answer them.
Yeah.
You use your body language a lot. So you're using your hand, you're using your body gesture, your head. And you talked about that when you started. And if you can just reinforce or re-emphasize, please, why body language, move. And I think we talked about that. It's the public speaking is a whole body affair. So the body kind of amalgate with what you're saying. Few words on this as to why so it's important to have that body language.
So see, let's say that I'm talking to you in this way. Am I looking captivating? Absolutely no. Like I'm looking fine.
Yes.
But and you would not feel interested to listen to me if I will be sitting like this, if I will have no expressions on my face, if I will not take my enthusiasm to the next level. It is not going to be captivating. And that's why you need to use your entire body to captivate people towards you. And that's why here the webinar is that public speaking is a whole body affair. If I will go on stage and if I will not move my hands, you literally everyone in the audience will be sleeping. And that's what happens with most of the speakers. They are going on stage and they are not moving their hand. They are not covering the stage. They are not moving from one place to another place. They are not having the facial expressions. And because of that, see, being an audience, I was there as the audience. So I was literally feeling sleepy. And that's where I realized that, okay, this is something which I need to avoid. This is something which I need to remove if I'm doing that. And literally I was doing the same. I was not like this before. So what I did is that I used to observe speakers that, okay, this is something which I like, let's implement that. This is something which I don't like, remove it. Yeah. So in this way, we grow every single day. So public speaking is a whole body affair. From your head to your toe, all the body parts gets involved. Well, we are sitting here, so my hands are getting involved, my shoulders, my head are getting involved. But on stage, your entire body gets involved whenever you are doing public speaking. So if I was watching as an audience, do I need to be trained to use my body? Because obviously, not everybody's going to be there tomorrow and start talking to the boss like, look, boss, I want to speak to you today. You know, how does that work? I mean, is there training for this, to start using your hand, to start using your head, to use your body? How do you go about it? I mean,
obviously you've learned that over years. If I'm watching right now as an audience, and myself as well, do you get training for this? Do we need to be trained for this?
See, it is something which I feel should come naturally to you. But if it is not coming naturally to you and you really want to captivate your audience towards you, you got to take training. Everything needs time, right? Everything, we got to pay price for everything. So we have to take training for that. So if I talk about myself, what I did is that I observed speakers. So of course I have paid for them. Okay, I paid for. They are doing their.
So when you say you're paid for them, you've actually gone to events. You've actually paid for event. You've gone out there. You've networked with people. You've observed people.
Yeah, I haven't went there for particularly public speaking training, but I went there to learn NLP. I went there to learn a lot of other things like social media, this and that. So many things are there, right? So when they are presenting from stage, they are a public speaker. So I understood that, okay, this is something which I'm not liking. This is something which making the audience bored. I am a good observer. I look at the audience, that who are listening to them, who are not listening to it, who are not listening to the speaker. So by learning, by observing the speakers, by being there live, I understand that, okay, let me implement this in my life. Let me remove this from my life. And that's how I trained my own self. And that's what I train people to do the same.
Wow. And I can imagine when you were a bit little, when you were asking gift with your mom or father or your mother, the way you're talking now, you're gonna get that gift because you're gonna be passionate. You're gonna make sure you are captivating, and you're gonna make sure like they're gonna give you that gift. So I love this. Fantastic. Let's pick up some quick questions. Let me go on the Q&A tab first because the chat and the Q&A. I've got a question from my friend Vikash, who's been a news presenter. Correct me, Vikash, but Vikash has been a news presenter for Hindustani languages. Like he's been a presenter, and he's asking you. Vikash says, "Awesome. Wanted to know the feedback from the corporate whom you train in public speaking. Do they generally say it worked or just to please you? How do you ensure it works? So how do you make sure that your training is effectively being implemented?" A few words on that.
Yeah. Yes. So what usually happens is that whenever any individual is coming to me, so again, you cannot say that, okay, it is working, it is not working. That's where they go. Okay, they go in the real market, they implement it, and when they get results, then of course, if they are getting results, it is working. If they are not getting results, we cannot say that it is working. But here, most of the time, it always and always works, because whenever we are communicating, and it is in research also, it is find that 93% is all about non-verbal and 7% is verbal.
Okay, fantastic. But you do get good feedback and you do follow them after once you train them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. The other question from Abhijit from your country, India. Tips to impress foreign audience. So any tips to impress foreign audience? Suppose you are presenting in front of Japanese. What do you do to impress them? If they're not comfortable in English, then what to do? Maybe a few words on that if you have got the experience of speaking to Japanese.
See, first, I would not recommend you to impress them. I would recommend you to express. See, mostly what happens is that we try to impress people and we end up messing everything. And that's what we don't have to do. So understand, even before you start interacting, even before you speak anything, like as you have told here that they are Japanese, right? Understand your wives always reach out to people. Okay, your vibes reach out to people. Let's say that you are having very negative thoughts in your mind, you are having negative thoughts about that person. So what will happen, that even though you have a smile on your face, but the person will feel internally that, okay, there is something off about the person. Let's say that I am just speaking very nicely with Anil. So what will happen? And I'm thinking negatively in my mind that, okay, Anil is like this, Anil is like that, Anil is not a good person. I'm thinking negatively in my mind, but I'm having a smile on my face. But you know what? What happens is Anil will feel it. Anil will feel my vibes that, okay, there is something off about author Nayan. I don't know why, but I'm not feeling connected. I don't know why, but I'm not liking her. I don't like her. Okay, he will not understand that what is the reason, but he will feel it. And that's what happens with everyone. So if you want to impress, well, I would not recommend you to impress. If you want to express yourself, have positive vibes, have positive vibes for every single person whom you meet.
Yeah, and also, Nayan, just to quickly, the attitude as well, you know, having the right attitude, being humble, like you mentioned, being humble, the humility, having the right attitude. If the presentation with the Japanese is not going quite right, your humility, your being humble, and just like you said, the attitude is really important, with a bit of smile as well to get the presentation going. Right, Nayan?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we've got a question from Shomcase, another colleague. He's from the Project Management Institute. Is public speaking a skill or a talent?
Well, I would say it is a skill. It is not a talent. See, nobody is born speaker. It is made. If I talk about myself, I was terribly shy. I was introvert, but gradually I worked on this skill. It was not
Wow.
something which was coming from me. See, I was terrible at English also. Okay, I was unable to speak English. But in 2020, when COVID hits in India, I realized that, okay, if I want to go global, I need to work on my English language. So I started improving my English language. Before 2020, I was terrible at it. I was unable to speak English. But after that, I started working on it. So public speaking.
And when you say working on your English, what did you do? What did you do to improve your English?
Well, what I did is that I started speaking. Usually people think, okay, read books, do this, do that. No, what I did is I started speaking. Definitely, I used to get stuck. Whenever I used to think something, I was unable to present. But what I used to do is that whatever thought I have in my mind, and if I'm unable to translate it, I used to use Google Translator. I used to write that there in Hindi, and Google Translator used to translate it in English.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started. And after that, I started reading blogs. I started doing everything in English, like reading blogs, watching movies, or watching videos, YouTube videos, everything. So from that, what happens is that you tend to learn new and new words. So I started learning new words. I started implementing that in my day-to-day conversation. I started working on it, and gradually I improved.
Wow.
And that's how I think everyone improves.
Okay, Sokesh is asking, can you learn to be a public speaker at any age? Can you be a public speaker at any age, from the age of, I don't know, 5 years old to 95?
See, there is no degree for public speaking. Okay, so if you are thinking that, okay, I need to do this, then only I would be called as public speaker. No, there is no degree, but yes, you need to have some area of expertise. So when I got started, I had the mindset. Okay, I had the area of expertise, that is mindset. I should train people for mindset. So this was my area of expertise, that I can change people mindset. So I should train people for mindset. Okay, do this, do that. So if you want to become a public speaker, first get your area of expertise and then start helping people, because that's how you will project your authority, you will project your credibility, and that's how you will increase your confidence level.
Wow, thank you very much. We've got Ruan from South Africa. How do you build emotion for your audience? The more emotion you are, the longer and easier your audience will remember it. Is that right?
See, that's what happened is that whenever we are expressing ourselves, there are so many thoughts which goes into our mind, right? And when we are expressing that with smile, with having a lot of charisma, with having a lot of great vibes, automatically people get captivated towards us. And that's what let your audience to listen to us from beginning to end. So of course, if we are going to be more expressive, they are going to listen to us.
And Nayan, just quickly about the emotion that Ruan mentioned. Is public speaking linked with being a storyteller? And how's a storyteller? I think because being a good storyteller also connect you with the audience. Maybe a few words there, Nayan.
Yes. So see, if I will just tell you fact, only fact, points, what will happen? That definitely you will learn it, but over a period of time you will forget it. So here, whenever I am expressing to you, what I'm doing is that I am taking my personal life examples, right? Personal stories. I'm expressing you my personal stories, and as a result, at the end of the presentation, definitely you will listen to me, definitely you will remember me. Why? Because I have shared with you something which is coming from a personal life example. So that always captivates our audience towards us. It is not something that, okay, you have to express, you have to tell like big story. No, small stories also works. And if it is from your personal life, it works incredibly, because see, you are only you. Nobody knows you really amazingly the way you do, right?
Wow.
So you have to express yourself, you have to share your personal life stories.
Wow, thank you. We've got Onela on the Q&A tab. Hi, I want to know what will be the correct body posture to express ideas during meeting with client and bosses while being confident and respectful and not afraid of sharing ideas and opinions. So just quickly, what is the correct body posture? So it's not like that, of course. Possibly something a bit more upright. Maybe a few words on that, being the expert, Nayan.
Yes. So whenever you're expressing, let's say that you are in front of camera, okay, the way I am right now. So if you are having a like business meeting, so what you got to do is that you need to bit slightly bend towards camera, the way I am doing right now. If I will just relax on my chair, what will happen? That it is not captivating, right? So you got to sit straight and you need to little bit bend towards your camera. And at the same time, if let's say that you are speaking in front of people live, okay, you are on stage. So that time, your posture definitely is going to be straight. You are going to have your shoulders back and your hands should be in front of your navel, okay, in this way, in front of your navel. And whenever you will express, just take your hand up, down, here and there, and again get back to your hands. Just take your hands back in front of your navel. So in this way, you are supposed to move your hands.
Awesome. Thank you very much indeed. The next question is from Venetia. How would you encourage reaction or interaction with a culturally shy audience? So how would you encourage reaction or interaction with a culturally shy audience?
See, I was also a shy person. Whenever I used to attend events, then they used to tell a lot of things, a lot of activities to us that, okay, do this, do that. So since I was very shy, I was not doing it. But you know what? The moment the speaker started implementing it, the moment the speaker was so much enthusiastic, so much energetic. So what happened is that, as I already told you, that your vibes transfers to people. Like my vibes will transfer to you. So if I will be very much enthusiastic, very much energetic, if I'm doing some drama, if I'm doing a lot of things, so I will transfer that vibes to you, and you will also internally feel to do that. Although you will be shy, so all you have to do is that just go in the audience, encourage them to do it. Don't just stand on stage and tell people that, okay, do this, do this, do that. No, go in the audience, okay? Just go in the audience, connect with people, encourage them that, okay, yes, you can do it. So in this way, we will encourage our audience to do any activities which we want.
Okay, awesome. Karuna says storytelling bridges the gap, and yes, it involves so much audience. We're now just going to go on the chat. There's been lots of questions on the chat as well before we move on to part 2. So the question from Ravi: how do you do when you have to announce bad news to a whole audience? Sounds like Ravi's got something to announce to his audience. But what do you do to announce bad news? How do you go about sharing bad news?
So when it comes to bad news, what I usually do is that I first connect with the audience. Okay, I tell them like, okay, this is something is going on, that is something is going on. And then I just tell them bad news very normally. So what happened is that we tend to express something which is bad in a very much serious note. So we don't have to express that in that way, because we don't want people to feel that anxiety. We don't want people to feel that negativity inside them, right? So that's what you got to do. Just tell them, just express that bad news lightly, normally, and give them the faith. Give them the faith and the confidence that yes, they can conquer that bad news. Yes, they can come out from that. So that's what we got to do. Share that bad news, but on the same time, give them confidence, give them faith, and tell them that yes, together, if we are going to work, we are definitely going to come out of it.
Wow. Thank you very much indeed. Raj goes on to say, indeed, you are so energetic. I must admit, I've never done any webinar where I'm really on fire. Like, you know, I'm normally on fire, but not that bad. Like now, like this is taking it to the next level. And that's the thing, Nayan, is like, you always learn, regardless of the event and CPD talks. I'm learning, and I'm sure the audience is enjoying it. Let's move on to the next one. Vikash, the news presenter with 25 years of experience, is awesome. So he says, yeah, he says awesome. And I've got my colleague Minakshi, hopefully he'll join us at the end. Wondering, Nayan, to what extent self-consciousness paralyzes people? How to make them change the focus from them to the content? So she's talking about self-consciousness paralyzes. Few words on that.
Yes. So again, if I talk about myself, I was literally too much conscious about my own self. I was too much conscious that how I'm looking, how I'm presenting, how my body language are, how my hairs are. So many things was there. But you know, you can be self-conscious, or you can focus on serving. So it is not something which happened to me immediately. No, you have to put in the efforts. So how exactly will shift your self-consciousness to serving people? Let's talk about that. So here what you got to do is that again, like whatever you're going to present, you are going to do some practice of it, right? So when you will be presenting, just forget about all the mistakes which you are making. Okay, just forget about that you are fumbling, or forget about yourself, forget that how you're looking, forget about how your reactions are, forget about that how your facial expressions are. Just forget about everything and only focus that whatever I'm speaking, whatever I'm presenting, is it making value? Is it providing value in my audience life? If yes, great. If no, then focus on, again, practice it, again, focus on your audience. See, what happened is that if, let's say that we have created the presentation, and if our entire focus is on our audience, we tend to do really well. So
Wow.
here you got to make a conscious effort that yes, I have to only and only focus on my audience. It does not happen with me, but see, initially you will be self-conscious, but when your entire focus will be on your audience, it will just flow.
Fantastic. And Vikash goes on to say, thank you, Nayan. I'm learning by observing. And I think you talked about that earlier, about you went to events, you went to workshop, you went to conference, and you actually observe people, which we don't do because we tend to really rush into it as opposed to actually take time to observe. And Vikash goes on to say, I feel connecting with the audience is important. A very old question that has always triggered me. And you're right, Nayan, about working on your English. This is key. Many people do not want to express because they cannot speak English. So Ruan goes on to say, when using personal story, then more people can relate, have the same experience. And there's a question from John. How do you do when an audience has a hostile behavior? So you've got a hostile behavior and you're the speaker, okay? How do you go about really calm them down and try to get them to buy into your presentation, really?
Yes. So here what we got to do is that, again, like whenever you are presenting, you need to focus on serving. We need to focus on helping people. Whatever we have to serve, whatever we have to present, that how exactly we will provide value. So here, when your entire focus is on helping people, automatically everything, literally everything just takes care of. So here we need to focus on helping, only helping. Don't focus on yourself, just focus on helping.
We'll take the last question before we move to part 2. We've got 30 minutes left, guys. Abhijit from India. Any NLP guys, for everyone who doesn't know, NLP is neuralistic program, neuro-linguistic, sorry, and neuro is the linguistic program. So any NLP technique that one can use for the first time webinar presentation to a large audience, as one cannot see virtual audience. So just like me, what sort of NLP technique can you use? You've done many, and you're doing one now. So what sort of technique you're currently using?
So what exactly I'm using is feeling. Okay. So what happened is that whatever I'm going to feel, you are going to feel the same. So let's say that I'm feeling happiness inside me. I'm going to express that happiness to you. So this is an incredible NLP training, which everyone are supposed to present, everyone are supposed to implement. So whenever you are presenting in front of larger audience, make sure that you are in the right state of mind. If you are in the right state of mind, then only you will captivate your audience, then only you will connect with your audience, and you will transfer your feelings to your audience. You are feeling incredible, you will let your audience feel fantastic. You're
Of course,
muted.
Nayan, when you say right state of mind, make sure, guys, you don't drink alcohol, because whenever you drink alcohol, you're not in a right state of mind, and try not to do public speaking when you drink some whiskeys and alcohol. So, Nayan, please, we've kind of captured all the questions. Take it away with part 2, please, on your presentation. I think I've got a question as well. Can I launch the framework question? How many of you want to know the framework? Is that the next one?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let me launch the survey now. And guys, the next question is, how many of you want to know the framework to make a powerful eye contact? So how many of you want to know the framework to make a powerful eye contact? Of course, it's hugely important to have a powerful eye contact. Otherwise, what's the point of presenting? Which Nayan is doing right now. I'm just going to end the poll now, and I'm going to share the result. So 96% says yes, want to know the framework. 4% maybe. So we'll get them to sort that out in terms of powerful later. So Nayan, take it away. And yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes. So now let's finally talk about that public speaking, a whole body affair. As I have already told you that whenever you are doing public speaking, your entire body gets involved. If you really want to captivate your audience towards you, if you really want your audience to listen to you from beginning to end, you must, literally, you must use your entire body parts. So now let's talk about the first body part which gets involved in public speaking, that is your head. So you might be thinking that, okay, how your head gets involved? Yes, it do gets involved. Let's say that I'm talking to you, I'm interacting with you, and I'm just stiffing my head, okay? I just keep my head stiff in this way, and I'm not moving myself. Then what will happen? You would not get captivated towards me. And the moment I stiff my head, you might be feeling that I am not having that facial expressions, and I'm not moving my hands. So this is what you got to work on. Please, this is a mistake which most of the people do, that is they just stiff their head. No, you are not supposed to stiff your head. You are supposed to move your head. So here the question arises that how exactly you're going to move your head. Again, let's say that you are on stage and there are hundreds of people, like thousands of people in the audience. So of course you got to look left, middle, right. Like you got to look at everyone, right? So that is something which you are supposed to do. And please do this every single time before going on stage, before 5 minutes. Let's say that you have a presentation after 5 minutes. So before 5 minutes, just do this activity, okay? Just go to the room or go in the washroom, wherever do you want to go. So just be there and just move your head. So in this way, there will be proper blood circulation in your head, and you will able to present yourself confidently and fearlessly. And the next thing, that is your content. Okay, you need to structure your content. And how you're going to structure it is definitely you're going to structure in your brain, right? So most of the time what happens is that whenever you are presenting, you don't structure your content and you just learn everything point by point or line by line. And that's where the challenge happens. That's where you got to work on. So you need to structure your content. So here question arises that how exactly you structure your contents. So please, whenever you will structure your content, divide your content in 3 parts. Okay, beginning, middle, end. What? Beginning, middle, end. That is BME framework. What? BME framework. Use this every single time whenever you want to structure your content in your mind. Otherwise, you will just get overwhelmed and the chances are you will end up forgetting everything. And this is, again, you don't want, right? So structure your content. So beginning, what exactly you are supposed to do in the beginning? In the beginning, you need to create curiosity in your audience mind. So how you will do that? You can create curiosity by asking them certain questions, by sharing them some quotations, or by sharing them some personal life examples, personal stories, or by sharing with them some facts. Okay, so you got to focus on creating curiosity in a beginning. So here, if you are here from the beginning of the workshop, then you might be observed is that I started this presentation by asking you questions that how many of you want to become powerful speaker? Yes. So all the questions which I have asked and you said yes for it. So what happens that it is creating curiosity in your mind that, okay, how I can do that? How I can become powerful speaker? How I can let my audience listen to me from beginning to end? How I will do it? So how you will do it? By creating curiosity in your audience mind in a beginning. And in a middle, what you need to do is that you need to give them certain pointers, a set of pointers, that is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So here, this workshop is divided into 3 parts, okay? First part, second part, third part. So this is I have divided this in 3 parts, that is 3 pointers. So you got to make sure to give them certain pointers, just write down certain pointers and then express yourself. And at the end, you need to give them some call to action, that what action you want them to take at the end of the workshop or at the end of your presentation. It might be case that you want to crack a deal. It might be case that you want to sell something to them, or it might be case that you want to motivate them, you want them to take certain action, anything, okay? So please, whenever you create any presentation, have goal in your mind, create a structure, beginning, middle, end, and always be crystal clear that what exactly you want your audience to do at the end of your presentation. So now, everyone, please go in the chat and write down BME. Please, everyone, go in the chat and write down BME.
Please, let's see BME. Yeah, great to see that.
That is beginning, middle, end. Yeah. Awesome. Great. Now let's move ahead and let's talk about the next body part which gets involved. That is your eyes. You know it very well that if you want to have greater level of connection with your audience, then of course you need to make eye contact. If you will not make eye contact, you will lose your audience. You need to make eye contact in order to captivate their attention towards you. But what if you are not comfortable? What if you are not comfortable in making eye contact? So what exactly you're going to do in that situation? So you might be heard this that, okay, if you're not comfortable, look at their head, okay, or look at their forehead, or look at their nose. Well, please don't do this, okay? Don't look at their nose. Otherwise, they will feel that, oh, is there is on my nose? So they will feel in that way. Okay, so please don't look at their nose. All you have to do is that if you are not comfortable in making eye contact, look at their eyebrows. What? Look at their eyebrows. Why? Because your eyes and your eyebrows are closer with each other, right? So when you will look at your eyebrows, or you can do it with your loved ones, with your sibling also, just make them sit next to you and just interact with them, looking at their eyebrows, and ask them that when I was talking to you, what you were feeling. I was looking right in your eyes, or I was looking somewhere else. And you will realize that the person who is sitting next to you, the individual will tell you that, oh, you were just looking at me. So why he felt or she felt that? Because you were looking at their eyebrows. Okay, you were not looking at the nose, they were not looking at the forehead, but you were looking at their eyebrows if you are not comfortable. Okay, this is technique which you are supposed to use if you are not comfortable making eye contact. Because that happened to me that before, what used to happen that I was speaking, and the moment I used to make eye contact, literally I used to forget everything, whatever I have to speak. So that happened to me, that I used to forget. The moment I made eye contact, I used to get completely blank. So if you're not comfortable, look at their eyebrows. And once you will get comfortable, what you got to do is, of course, you know that you need to look at in their eyes. The next technique which you are supposed to follow to do eye contact is LMR technique. Please go ahead and write down LMR. LMR, which means that left, middle, right. What? Left, middle, right. So initially, when you are going on stage and when you want to make eye contact, what you got to do is, or what you can do is just pick one person from left. Okay, just pick one person from left and make eye contact. You can make eye contact, or you can look at their eyebrows if you're not comfortable. Just pick one person from left, and what will happen? The people who are sitting around that person, they will feel that you are actually looking at them, even though you're just looking at one person. What? You're just looking at one person, but still the people who are sitting around that individual, they will feel that you are looking at everyone. And similarly, just pick one person in the middle, make firm eye contact, make that eye contact, make the connection with that individual, and all the individual who is sitting around that person, they will feel that you are actually looking at them, and it is powerful. Similarly, right. So all you have to do is that you need to make eye contact. Just look at left, look middle, look right. Okay, make eye contact with them, and all the people who are sitting around them, they will feel that you are looking at them. So, and the next technique which you need to use is random technique. Here, you can choose any random person. What? You can choose any random person and you can make eye contact. This is a technique which you can use once you will become comfortable and confident in front of your audience. So once you will become comfortable, just choose any random person, like from here, from here, from here, from here, from here. Just choose any random person and then make a eye contact, because you know that eye contact is extremely important. So now please go ahead and write down in the chat LMR. Please write down in the chat LMR. Please go ahead and write down. And then we'll move ahead. Please go ahead and write down LMR. Awesome. Amazing. So many people are engaging, and that is absolutely amazing. Now let's move on. Next, that is ears. Now you must be wondering that, okay, how our ears are getting involved whenever we are speaking, right? But yes, your ears do get involved whenever you are presenting, to know the moods of your audience. Predominantly what we do is that we are presenting and our audience are just getting exhausted, your audience are getting bored, your audience are yawning, literally they are yawning. So that point of time you need to switch. What? That point of time, when you see that a lot of your audience are yawning, a lot of people are not enjoying, or they are getting bored, or they are getting exhausted, so that time you need to switch. You need to change the mood of your audience. You need to switch. You need to hear the mood of your audience. Let's say that whenever you are presenting, your audience are getting very serious, and you feel that, okay, if they are going to be serious for the longer period, it is not going to serve you. They are going to lose interest, or they might lose their focus, they might lose their attention. And you want to turn their focus from being serious, turn their emotion from being serious to laughter. So what exactly you have to do is, you can use some body language, weird body language, or you can use some weird facial expressions, or do something which is unexpected. See, if you want to make people laugh, do something which is unexpected for them. And when you will do something which is unexpected, automatically people will end up laughing. So here you need to change the mood of your audience, know their mood, and change it if it is important, if it is necessary. Let's say that the person, all the people are just sitting normally. Okay, the way, like one of the individual asked that if the people, if the audience are not interacting, if the audience are not getting engaged, if the audience are not engaging, then what exactly you are supposed to do? This is what you need to do. If your audience are sitting very normally, if they are not having any expressions, if you see that they are having no excitement, you got to make them energetic. You got to tell them to do some activities so that they will come in that energy mode. They will come in the flow. They will feel enthusiastic. They will feel more confident. They will feel more uh, inclined towards your presentation. So you got to switch from normal to energetic, and from energetic to normal if you want that. So now, everyone, does that make sense to you? Yes? Please go in the chat and write down why, if it makes sense to you so far. Please go in the chat and write down why. Please go in the chat and write down why. Awesome. Great. Great. Now let's move ahead and let's talk about face. Here, you might be thinking, okay, how your face gets involved, but you know, your face plays a vital role when it comes to captivating your audience towards you. See, if let's say that I'm talking to you and I'm having no facial expressions on my face, what would happen? You would feel bored, you will not feel enthusiasm, you will not feel energetic, and you will end up leaving the workshop, right? And that's what you need to focus on. You need to have various facial expressions on your face. See, don't have the expression of being blank. If you are going to be blank, what will happen? That your audience will lose interest on you, and that is something which you don't want, right? So you are not supposed to have that blank facial expression. If I will have blank facial expressions, you will lose your interest. So here, now it's time to do massage. So see, what happened is that whenever you are on, you have to go on stage, you have the expressions of like this. Okay, you have the expression of like this, like this. And if you will have the expression of like this, or if you have the expression of like this, it is kind of stressful. Okay, it shows that you are nervous, and you don't want that. You don't want to show it to your audience that, oh, you are nervous, you are stressed. And that's why before going on stage, before 5 minutes, please massage your face. Okay, just do this massage right away, right now, wherever you are. Do this massage. Just do this. Do this. Okay, do this massage, and immediately we'll find the changes. Immediately we'll see the changes. So before going on stage, okay, please do some face massage. Just relax your mind, relax your face. Okay, just do this, and you will feel incredible changes inside you.
You know, Nayan, just a quick one. I've never thought about that, you know. I've done so many presentation, but I've never, you know, like before I start a huge conference, I'm always tense, nervous, of course, but I've never like done this and relaxed myself, never. But to me, amazing technique, what you just showed. Maybe if guys, if you agree, maybe just say why there. But to me, like, yeah, we've never done this and just relax ourselves or just scratch our head, just to feel a bit more massage. So already, yeah, massage is a great thing.
Yes, yes. So it is extremely important, because when we do that, we release our stress level, and there is good blood circulation is going on in our face, and that is amazing. It actually captivates our audience towards us because we are relaxed, and since we are relaxed, our audience will also feel relaxed. Whatever we feel, our audience feels the same.
So Nayan, next time I'm going into my boss office, I'm gonna, you know, do a massage before I go in, because my boss normally shout and scream at me, being a project manager. So next time I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna take a bit of a massage before I go in. Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
That's amazing. Yes. So here you must be thinking that how exactly you will get facial expressions. So what, as I have already told you, that if you want facial expressions, if you don't want to be like completely blank, if you don't want blank face, then you need to have facial expression. But how you will have facial expressions? So all you have to do is that whatever you want to present, whatever you want to express, let's say that you want to express happiness, so have smile on your face. Even though you're not feeling it, have smile, and automatically you will start feeling that. If you want to express your excitement, so be excited about it. Okay, be excited, and then express that. What will happen that if you're feeling that feeling inside you, and when you're expressing it, automatically it will flow. So whatever expressions you want, first feel it, and then you are going to express it. Let's say that I'm talking to you about something which makes me feel really sad. That is, I was sick for 6 months. So what I will do, I will reduce my speed, and I will be little bit slow. Okay, I will reduce my speed, and I will just take my tone down, and then I will speak, because it is something which was not so good for me. It was extremely painful for me. So what I did, I reduced my speed, and I have that sadness, I have that sad feeling inside me. And since I'm feeling that, I'm expressing that to you. So this is what you got to do. So whatever you want to express, feel it. Okay, that's that you are saying about something which makes you feel sad. So be sad and then express. Then only you will connect with your audience. Yes.
Nayan, I can also see the way you're giving us the technique. We can become Bollywood actors and Bollywood actresses now. You know, like, you know, the expression. I'm worried about the participant because they can apply to become Bollywood actors and Bollywood actresses.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, please go on. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So now let's talk about your tongue. Now you must have understood, okay, how your tongue gets involved. See, you are going to speak from your tongue, right? So of course your tongue also gets involved whenever you are presenting. So see, if you have observed this, that when you are presenting, and if you are getting fumble a lot, the way you don't get every time, so what you got to do is that you need to do some tongue exercises. Usually what happens is that we eat a lot of stuff, we all day we eat something, right? And because of that, we have a lot of saliva on our mouth, and we are unable to present, we are unable to speak properly, or whenever we are speaking we fumble. So why does that happen? Because we haven't warmed up our tongue, and you got to warm up your tongue. So how you will do that? So this is an exercise which you are supposed to do. This is a bit funny, but again, it is important for you to practice it before going in some important meeting or before going on stage. That is, you're going to just take your tongue out in this way, down, up, right, left, down, up, right, left. So if we don't want to fumble, if we want to speak every single word clearly, then we have to warm up our tongue. Otherwise, we are unable to present ourselves, because we just eat all day, and some are the food items which let us not to speak clearly. So if you will warm up your tongue, and if you have a really important presentation, if you have a really important meeting, please, please, please make sure to warm up your tongue. So now let's talk about your lips, that how exactly your lips gets involved whenever you are doing public speaking. So how exactly you're going to warm up? See, whatever you're going to speak, you are going to speak that from your lips, right? You are going to use your lips. So before presenting, you need to warm up your lips as well. Otherwise, what will happen is you will end up speaking inside your mouth. You won't use your mouth completely. You won't use your lips completely. So here is what you got to do. That is lip trill. So you must know about this, that what does lip trill means. Let me demonstrate that to you. Let me stop sharing the screen. Yes. So what you got to do is that you need to take a deep breath, and you need to do lip trill. That is. So in this way, what will happen that your lips will get warm up. And here, Mr. Anil had done that. So you must be feeling some sensation in your lip. That is relaxing, right? So that's what you feel. So please make sure to implement this every single time whenever you are going in some important meeting, or whenever you are conducting some workshop. So please. Yes, yes. So everyone, what like you are listening to us from home, wherever you are right now, please do this. Please do this lip trill. Just take a deep breath. Everyone, please take a deep breath and do this lip trill. So once you will do this, you will feel incredible sensation in your lips, which is kind of very much relaxing, and it is relaxing your lips muscles. And the feeling is amazing. Okay, the feeling is amazing, and you will end up speaking incredibly. You will speak every single word clearly because of this lip trill. So here, whenever you are presenting, please, please, please use your whole mouth muscles. I have seen speakers that whenever they are presenting, they are just speaking inside their mouth. And as a result, the words do not come out from their mouth properly. Okay, it just remains inside their mouth. Let me give you one demonstration. Let's say that I'm just talking to you, and I'm not using my mouth completely. I'm not using my mouth muscles completely. So whatever I'm talking to you, it is yeah, you can listen to it, but there is no enthusiasm in it, right? And some words are just inside my mouth. So that's what happened. Like you just close your mouth, and when you speak, it does not comes out properly. Okay, the pronunciation is not proper at that time, and that's why you need to use your whole mouth muscles. Like you need to use your cheeks, you need to use your lips properly. Just open your mouth and then speak. It will help you to look more confident. It will help you to project your authority, and as well as it will help you to speak every single word, sentences clearly, and you will come across as a confident person. So please use your whole mouth properly. Now let's talk about the shoulders. So as we have already discussed about this, that whenever you are presenting, your shoulders shouldn't be like this. Okay, now I'm just speaking in front of you like this. It is not captivating. So you got to keep your shoulders straight. Okay, every time whenever you are speaking, keep your shoulders straight. If you will be like this, you will automatically feel the changes. You will just feel like being tired, exhausted. Whenever you are tired, exhausted, then you are sitting like this. But whenever you are excited, then you are opening your arms, right? You are literally opening your arms, and then you are presenting. You are keeping your shoulders straight. So every time whenever you are presenting, keep your shoulders straight, because automatically it is an instant way to feel confidence level. Okay, if you want to feel instantly confident, take your shoulders straight. Okay, open your arms, and say yes, and say, I'm confident person, I'm super confident person, I'm the best, I'm a champion, I am unstoppable. Okay, I have unlimited potential
Yes.
within me. Okay, so that's what you got to do. So just open your arms, okay, just keep your shoulders straight and just say, yes, I'm unstoppable, I can do anything, this is going to be incredible day, this is going to be the fantastic day, I'm totally going to nail it. So this is kind of, once you will do this, okay, everyone, you can do that with us. Once you will do this, you will feel incredible confidence inside you. You will feel incredible energy inside you. Even before starting this workshop, what I was doing the same. Okay, I was not in a mood, but the moment I did this, I came in the mood. I take my energy level up. I took my vibes up, and now I'm feeling energetic. And now I'm sharing that energy to you. So that is something which you got to do every single time before presenting, before 5 minutes. Please do this. Please make sure to do this. Now, yeah.
Yes. And I kind of shouted quite loud. All my neighbors are coming out now and they're saying to me, what happened? Is there fire in your house? But I just say, Nayan is training me right now. Take it away. Thank you.
Yeah. So now let's talk about your hands. You know that you've got to use your hands while presenting in order to captivate your audience towards you while presenting. So here what happened is that you just get confused at how much you are supposed to use your hands, right? That you have to have crazy hand gestures the way I'm right now, the way I'm doing right now, or you have to use your hands. Like, let's say that I'm having one-on-one interaction with Mr. Anil. So I'm not going to interact with Anil. No, I'm not going to do all these things. Okay, so what you got to do is that, let's say that you are having one-on-one interaction with your boss or with anyone. So as for the person, you have to move your hands. Let's say that I'm having one-on-one interaction with Mr. Anil. So I'm not going to have like crazy hand gestures, but I'm going to use my hands in a smaller area. Okay, in a smaller area, I'm going to use my hands. Okay, but at the same time, let's say that I'm talking with 5 individuals, then I'm going to use larger area to express myself. But I'm going to use larger area. But at the same time, I'm talking with 10 individuals or 50 individuals, then I'm going to use larger area again. And if I'm talking in front of hundreds of people, tons of people, that is the time when I'm going to have crazy hand gestures. So here, your hand gestures will depend on the person to whom you are interacting with, or the number of individuals to whom you are interacting with. If one, you will move your hands in a shorter area, in a smaller area. If there are 5 individuals, then you will move your hands in a little bit larger area. If 10, little bit larger. If 50, larger. If 100, crazy hand gestures. Okay, so everyone just do this, like crazy hand gestures. Everyone do this. Yes, awesome. So now you must be understood that how much you have to move your hands. So now let's talk about the next body part which gets involved whenever you are on stage. That is your legs. So here you must be seeing that C picture where the person has crossed their legs like this, right? So most of the time what happens is that if we are on stage, we just cross our legs like this and then we present. And you know what? If you do that, it shows that you are not confident enough, or you're feeling nervousness inside you, or you are just feeling anxiety. So that is something which is not so captivating. And at the same time, in the B picture, you can see the person has put their weight on one leg and relaxed her another leg, right? Second leg. So again, this is something which you are not supposed to have. And in picture A, you can see that the individual has given similar, like same weight on both of the legs. Let's say that you have 60 kg. So you are going to divide your weight in your 2 legs, okay, like 30-30. So in that way, you are supposed to stand. Okay, you are supposed to have power gesture, power standing gestures, and that A picture is showing you that it is power standing gesture. So you are supposed to have that A gesture whenever you are going to stand, not crossing your legs, not keeping your entire weight on one leg. No. And the another mistake which people often make is that they just move forward, backward, forward, backward. Whenever they are presenting, they are just moving forward, backward, or right, left, right, left. See, if I'm talking to, and if I'm moving from right, left, you are unable to focus on me, right? And see, it is not something which you are doing consciously. It is something which is happening subconsciously. So if you realize that, okay, you are moving forward, backward, right, left, stop yourself immediately, because your audience are unable to focus on you. And again, you need to use your entire stage while presenting. And then what you can do is that you can start your presentation from middle, okay, middle of the stage, start your presentation, tell your audience another point from left, tell your audience another point from middle, tell your audience another point from right. So in this way, you have to use your entire stage. What? You have to use your entire stage by moving from one place to another place, from another to another place, and by getting in the audience also, and from another place to another place. So you have to use your legs in this way. So now, as we have promised you that we are going to give you the book, ebook. If you are going to be here till the end of the workshop, we are going to give you the book. So let me give you the book. Let me start the screen. And then we'll open the room for discussion.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, Nayan, I'm going to have a few colleagues joining you live for a few words as well. It's been amazing. Dan and Capture, thank you for joining the session after office hours. So that's you're going to share the link with us to get the books. Yes. Is it for free?
Yes, it is for free. It's a mini book.
So it's like happy Thursday, guys. Free training, free Nayan today, as well as free books. It's like a happy hour already, and it's not Friday yet, guys. Okay, so these are the Google links, guys. Let me also, can I share that on the email? No, this is only for the guys who are here.
You can do it.
Okay, so this is here, guys. You need to make sure you capture this before. And these are the books that you get. Guys, Nayan, I'm gonna share with you live. I've never done that before. So I'm gonna ask some of my colleagues to join you quickly. Meenakshi, can you just put your, I'm going to ask Meenakshi to put the video on. Guys, we're going to give 15 more minutes because obviously it's so enjoyable. I've got Meenakshi, if you can just unmute yourself. Karuna, you can ask to unmute. I know you're not going to put your video on. And Vikash, you're more than happy to put your video as well. And I don't know if Sajid want to join from South Africa. Just making sure Sajid, let me just, Sajid was one of the speaker. And guys, anybody who want to join today, just let me know. I'm going to promote you. Let me just get Sajid to be promoted there. Promote to panelists. So Meenakshi, just quickly, we're going to have a 15-minute session because it's been amazing. It's already been 1 hour and 30 minutes. And it seems like, you know, we can go on forever. Meenakshi, few words to Nayan first. How did you find the whole thing? I know you've been a presenter yourself. You've been doing lots of presentation and also panel discussion. But how about that?
Can I say I'm speechless?
Wow.
No, really, that was a great session.
And Meenakshi, just quickly, just can you introduce yourself quickly to everybody who are watching and to Nayan?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a social entrepreneur. I'm a coach, a lecturer, but I don't often, that's not my expertise, but I do a lot of public awareness and industry talks and webinars and presentations. I just want to tell you, Nayan, I've never pondered on the skills that we need for public speaking. But while going through your presentation, I realized that I apply so much of what you do.
Yeah.
So I'm so reassured. I'm so happy to listen to your techniques because I've actually found someone who's been putting technical words on what I've been doing instinctively.
Yes.
And I'm so happy today.
Wow, thank you. Vikash, just quickly. Vikash, I understand you are the rector of Royal Cupid College. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Yes, Anil, thank you. You're right.
Yes. Vikash, honored to have you. Obviously, few words on Nayan. Already it's observed. There was a comment on observation. Few words there, Vikash. And what's your feeling today on Nayan?
It's awesome and amazing, Anil. To Nayan, thank you very much. When I learned that you are going to give this speech, I said I must attend to this session. And Anil, thank you. It's your 100th century today. So congrats to you. And to Nayan, you know, I work with students, with youngsters for so many years, 25 years in the education sector. And I'm also, you know, talking to people. I'm also giving, as Anil said, presenting news and other items on TV and radio. But whatever you said today, Nayan, is what we call putting into practice, theory into practice. So this is going to help a lot because, you know, I can see myself in these skills a lot because we interact with people, with students every day and with people. So I can see myself with my body moving whenever you were saying things but from there. I can only thank you, Nayan and Anil, because it's whatever you say should be put into practice and should be implemented because I said earlier, otherwise we are going to forget everything if we don't implement them, if we don't put them into practice. So thanks a lot and congrats to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sajjad from South Africa, you've been a speaker for the global lockdown, or it was in May 2020, Sajjad. We had a global lockdown with 6 continents, I believe. Sajjad, just a few words on Nayan quickly. I know you had a question as well. Maybe you can ask us live. A few words, Sajjad, from you, from the presentation today, and then you can ask your question.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anil. Thank you.
So just quickly, where are you based in Cape Town right now?
Yes, I'm currently in Cape Town, exactly, in Tamboeskloof. Anyways, I just got back home from work, and I've been listening to the presentation all the way. To be honest, it's been very enlightening, and we, as quantity surveyors, I mean, we use presentation on a, if not daily, but weekly basis to just like present our reports to our clients and all. So this presentation obviously will just add value to our everyday work that we do, you know. So yeah, no, but it has been very enlightening. And the question that I wanted to ask is more like sometimes during meetings, it's not like when you are attending a meeting or you actually running a meeting, you are with a team of people, and sometimes it becomes cumbersome to coordinate everything. And I just wanted to ask, like, how to do it best, you know, Nayan?
Yes, so it happened to me a lot of time that I am presenting, but people are actually not listening to me, or they are just busy in their own work. So at that time, what I do is that I just take a pause. I take a pause for 10 seconds. And what happened is that when I take a pause, it is something which is uncertain for them. It is something which is unpredictable for them to do me that stuff. So what happened is that once I do that, I automatically grab their attention towards me. So all you can do is that you can just take a pause for 10 seconds or 20 seconds, and automatically you will grab their attention towards you.
Okay.
Right.
Karuna,
Thank
just
you very much.
Karuna, I don't know if you just want to share. You've got Karuna Puri. Karuna,
Yeah, I'm around.
on what you've seen today. You've been in a lot of events, I know. So Karuna Puri, maybe a few words on what you've seen today, and maybe a question to Nayan.
Very good evening, Nayan and Anil. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk. Nayan, I love your style and I love your energy. That's why I said the speaker sets the tone. It is so true when you're energetic, the people, I mean, your audience gets connected easily. And I love one thing, you know, all the tools and techniques that you gave us, no one gave us here. I've been to quite a few speaking classes and courses, but no one gave us the lip frill and, you know, all the tools that you gave us. This helps us in finding our style. Thank you very much, Nayan. And yes, you're full of energy. continue inspiring people and continue inspiring us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Just a quick one. There's a question before we conclude. We've got 5 minutes left to conclude, which will make it a 1 hour and 45 minutes of CPD talk. Sankesh, which is part of the Project Management Institute board. Who is the best public speaker in your opinion? Do you have a mentor you look up to? I know you have Rajesh Satila as your teacher, but is there anybody you look up to? Of course, we'll go to Vikash and Meenakshi, of course. A few words on that, Nayan.
I cannot say that I completely look at one person, because as I have already shared with you that I learn from every single individual. If I like something about Anil, I will implement that. Okay, if I like something about Vikas, I'll implement it. So in my opinion, like in my case, I learn from every single individual, but it is not something that I like everything about one person. So that's not the case. So I learn from everyone. I learn from every speaker. I actually look up to everyone. So
Wow.
wherever I can learn, I just learn from them. I implement that. And the things which I don't like, I just let that go.
Okay, Meenakshi, do you have anyone in particular that you've got, or you just exactly the same technique?
I
And then maybe we can touch on Sanjad.
Yeah, I think it's the same, but I like a guy I've just discovered. His name is Navi Raju. He's a South Indian French-speaking presenter.
I thought you were gonna say Anil.
Well, you're exceptional, Anil. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. No, but what she says is really, Nayan, it's really important. There's always good stuff to pick up from everybody, and it's a learning process. And this is one of the keys.
Vikash, few words on that, Vikash.
Yes, Anil. Just I had a question for Nayan. So many years I've been in education and communication. One observation that I've made is about language, use of language, especially in the context of Mauritius, where people are. We have English and French, which are predominant. There is one thing. People think that people do not want to speak, to express, because they cannot express themselves in English or in French. And especially in Mauritius, there is that kind of a feeling among our people that if you can't speak French or English, you cannot become a good speaker. Despite the fact that you know the content, you can also master the skills, verbal and non-verbal, or rather non-verbal, as you said. But if you cannot communicate the content verbally in either English or French, you are kind of an illiterate or uneducated, because you cannot master that language of the audience. Can you, Nayan, you said that you learned English via Google, YouTube. Can you share with us today how to learn a language and communicate perfectly with the audience?
In my case, of course, I have learned English by observing people, by watching videos, and by reading some books or by reading blogs. So that's how I articulate the things in my mind, and that's how I started speaking a bit. But initially, even though I was not good at English, but still I was speaking. I was speaking terribly, okay? I was making a lot of mistakes. But I have observed in me, and I have observed, like I have asked questions to my audience that, okay, are you understanding the things? My audience was saying that we were literally understanding everything, even though you were not speaking in the right English. Okay, I was not speaking in the right English, but they were understanding everything. So that's what we got to focus on. See, it might be case that the individual do not have command on French or on English. That's absolutely fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We will learn that language over a period of time by doing some practice, by implementing the things. But it doesn't mean that because of that particular thing, that because of the English, because of French, that you are unable to express, because of that you're going to stop yourself. No. There are like non-verbal communications are there. See, use the language, okay, use the language and present that in a best possible way, even though it is not right sentence formation, or even though you are making wrong sentence formation, it does not matter, but express that in the right possible way so that people will understand it. So in my case, I was not good at it, but I was expressing English in such a way that people will understand it. And I was not using fancy words like escalating this and that. I was not using fancy words. I was using normal, simple words. And gradually, I started learning some fancy words. Like I started using some new words which I can use while presenting, and which would look more captivating.
And practice makes perfect. So
yes,
we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Sajjad, just quickly, obviously, and then we'll just do a final round of questions before we conclude. Just so interesting. I'm loving that. We can talk for hours on end, but Sajjad, a few words on there.
Sure. Thanks, Anil. I think, as everybody rightly said before, is that we keep on learning and we learn from everyone. But the one person really that I look up for in terms of all the presentation that he might have done in the past or currently also is actually Barack Obama. I mean, he has his style of actually giving speeches and all, attracting the audience, and that's one of the guys that I can think of really. That's it for me. Thanks.
Wow. So guys, look, thank you very much indeed. I just want to do a final round before we finish off. It's been energetic, it's been amazing, it's been full of positive vibe. I can see lots of people tomorrow going in, using the hand and using the body language. But don't be careful, guys. Don't beat your friends because you just come up from a Nayan presentation. Final word, Meenakshi, if I start with you before we get the final conclusion word from Nayan, I'll do the round of table quickly. Meenakshi, final word from you. Just
first of all,
speaking.
I need to congratulate you for your 100th webinar, and that's the reason I'm here today. But thank you. I'm discovering Nayan. Final word would be, let's get started.
Wow.
That's what I tell people.
Thank you, Vikash. Of course, you're the rector of Royal Cupid College. Honored, humble, and privileged to be here today, and to have you. Final words from you, Vikash. Just a word of wisdom to all of us, and just watching and the presentation today.
Yeah, thank you, Anil. And among all the skills that Nayan has mentioned, I think the golden word is smile. We have to keep a smile always, just like Nayan is having right now and everybody else. So we have to keep that smile all the time, whenever and wherever we are speaking, we are communicating. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much. And Sajjad, few words. You were part of the webinar in May 2020, right in the deep, right in the depth of lockdown. We did a global lockdown with 6 continents. There was about 11 speakers. You were one of them. I will never forget. You showed us lions and things like that. On your way to work, which was quite scary in Cape Town. Sajjad, final words on the presentation and the webinar and the 100 today.
Yeah, well done, Anil. Well done. Seriously, we can't thank you enough, I think, from all of us, really, what you've been doing for the past years. It's amazing. And really to connect everyone online, to be honest. I mean, like you've been doing this in Mauritius before, just with the Mauritians and everybody on the island, and then COVID hit. Here we go. You connected everyone, so well done for that, and I wish you all the best in the future. Just coming back to this webinar, I mean, like what I've learned is practice makes perfect. So guys, keep doing it, onwards and upwards.
Thank you, Nayan. Just quickly, Karuna, final word there before we conclude to Nayan. Just few words from you. I know you've been to numerous events. Your thoughts on the webinar today, please, Karuna.
Yeah, thank you, Anil, and I congratulate you again, like Meenakshi, on your 100 years, 100 sessions of webinar.
Not 100 years yet.
And yes, Nayan, like you said, practice makes perfect. It is very true. Though I speak, but I'm joining a platform next year, I really need to perfect myself on quite a few things. I realize, though we are natural speakers, but we do have some weaknesses that we need to work on. And my son keeps laughing at me, Mom, you're joining Toastmasters now. I said, doesn't matter. I'm going to join, let people laugh, but I'm learning. And I thank you, Nayan, because your smile is contagious and you have really created something in us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, Nayan, just final word from you. Of course, if we were to follow you, we want to train by you. Guys, can I just say something as well? Nayan is 22 years old, right? This is crazy, guys. Like, I can't believe it's how young she is. Can we have a round of applause for her? 22 years old. This is, and can we put your hands up? I don't know how she's got a whole career in front of her. So young, incredible. Nayan, just few words to any people watching right now. There's lots of young people watching, as well as, you know, you've got Meenakshi, Vikash. We've all got kids, and Sajjad is probably on her way to get kids. I'm not too sure. But Nayan, just few words there, please. How do we, like, you know, how do we get more inspired by you?
Well, I literally love to be here. I literally love the session. I love the voice which was here. And if anyone wants to follow me, just go to the Google and just type author Nayan Chaudhary. You would get to know about everything about me. You will get to know about my YouTube channel, about my Instagram, about Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, everything you will get to know about me. So just write down, just go into the Google and just type author Nayan Chaudhary, and here you go. You can connect with me.
And Nayan, just quickly as well, public speaking, and also now just quickly, public speaking, you can't become a public speaker in 6 sessions. It doesn't work. Can you just elaborate a bit more on this? Yes, we've got a few minutes left, but can you just explain to all of us that public speaker is not something you can become within 6 sessions? It's more than that. Please, few words. And what are the training you're providing? Because you said when we started that you give 2-month training 3 times a week. So you're looking at 24 to 25 sessions in the next 2 months. That's a lot of training. When on social media, someone comes in and says, you're going to be a public speaker in 6 sessions. Please, few words on that, Nayan.
See, if anyone is saying you that, yes, you will become incredible public speaker in 6 days or in 7 days, the reality is it is not possible. Okay, you cannot become great, fantastic speaker in 6 days or 7 days. It needs a lot of time. And here I provide training to people for 2 months. But after that also, you have to practice. You have to work on it. It is like, your job is not done in just 2 months. No, you are going to learn techniques, tools, and you will become really confident once you will get my training. But after that also, I will stay connected with you. I will push you. I will guide you. I will invite you on all the workshops which I conduct. I will invite you for group meetings, everything. I will invite you for practice sessions so that you will stay connected and you will take your skills to the next level. Because again, it is not only about 2 months. It is not only about 6 days. It is something which you are supposed to work on lifetime. As I have told you that I was sick for 6 months. And when I came out of it, I realized that I lost my command on my English language. I was unable to present myself properly. I was not getting thoughts. Why? Because I lost that consistency. I lost that flow. Since I was sick, I was not doing anything. So it is not about that you will become, like, once you become incredible speaker, you will be incredible speaker for the rest of your life. No, that does not happen. Okay, you have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. You need to work in every single day in order to become fantastic, magnificent speaker.
I want to finish at 8:30. I've got 6 minutes left. I just want to ask you a few questions before we conclude. Meenakshi, you've been presenting a lot. Okay, you've been sharing quite a lot. What is your advice? Because where you are today, it's not something you've just done overnight. You've been speaking for years. Maybe a few words there, Meenakshi.
Yeah, well, I used to be an introvert, so that's a long journey too. But I realized the moment you focus on your content and you work on owning that content, it was one of the key triggers for me to, and stop being self-conscious. That was one thing. And now I'm blessed to be training people to do public speaking as well. I mentor them a bit. So I often tell them, stop focusing on yourself and look at the audience. If you need a focus point, focus on the content. And you said, I think it was one of your frameworks. For me, it's connect, captivate, and conquer. And it's very similar. That's why I'm saying that I've never really thought about what I was using as techniques or process. And I'm so happy to listen to you today. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Vikash, few words there. Obviously, you interact with loads of students day in, day out as well. Just few words there on your side.
Yeah, I cannot agree more with the thing that connectivity, connectedness with the audience. You know, in education, especially when you are connected with the youngsters, you cannot not communicate and you cannot uncommunicate in communication. Therefore, there are two things. Not communicating is not the answer, and uncommunicate is rather not to communicate. So it's very important with young people, especially, or even with other people, to have that connection. Once you are connected with each other, then, you know, everything comes, you know, naturally. So there are so many things that Nayan has said. I cannot thank you more, Nayan. Your smile is contagious, as they said, everybody is saying. And that smile is very, very important to keep that connectedness with our audience. And I believe, I don't know whether you are sharing your experience, you are sharing whether you have any classes that you take online. Probably we can also follow these classes. So I can only wish you all the best, and keeping your best, and keep helping the audience, keep helping the nation, keep helping your nation and our nation. So that's it.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. And I have learned a lot today. I've observed a lot, and I can only thank you for everything. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Vikash. Sajjad, just few words there, Sajjad. Obviously, we are in the construction industry. You are a chartered quantity surveyor as well as a project manager. You deal with lots of people, lots of walk of life. What's some of the advice there? I've got 3 minutes left before I conclude this webinar. Just few words there, Sajjad.
Yeah, thanks, Anil. I think for me, over the years, what I've realized is that when you get in a meeting, I mean, being in a meeting is about presentation as well at the same time. So you have to be prepared what you're going to be discussing and everything, know your content. And I think actually touched on that as well. So it's very important, and that's where your confidence comes in as well, and get the attention of the audience. So for me, it's all about like be prepared. You know, spend your time before the meeting to prepare in terms of what you're going to be speaking about, and expect questions. That's basically it, really. Yeah.
So guys, before we conclude, I just wanted to show you something. Everybody got a story. So when the lockdown hit Mauritius on the 20th of March 2020, we were all shaken aback, and I decided to say, what do I do as someone who's organizing CPD's event? So I decided to invest my own personal saving on Zoom to kind of get things going, you know. So I decided to buy a Zoom webinar, and I just want to show you a quick photo of where it all started. I just wanted to make sure I show you this photo. So this is where it's all started. This is my picture of my living room, and this is my laptop. That was me taking a photo. So I connected Nirvana from Australia. I've got my colleague Akshay from New Zealand. I had a deep in somewhere in Belgium, Srijata in India, Ivan from Rwanda, Heshna from Dubai. We had my colleague John, Shishka from, again, I'm not too sure which country, but Vinsley from UK. And this is where it all started. I was scared. I was not too sure what to do, how to start. So I decided, I bought Zoom webinar, and then I said, look, guys, we need to do this. So I'm not too sure how to do it, how it all started, but that was just a small story of where the whole webinar started. So I've got obviously plenty of pictures to show you after with the whole 100 webinars. Nayan, I can't thank you enough. You know, it's our third time lucky. First time we couldn't make it in May because you lost your voice. And then second time it was in September when there was the monsoon season. So the rain and there was thunder, which hit Nayan house, and then the internet got down. So it was 15 minutes before we go live. The internet just broke, and then the whole power, there was a big power cut in India, in the region of Maharashtra when they're near. So now we made it. Thank you very much indeed. I can't be thankful enough for you guys, for Vikash, Meenakshi, Sajjad, and all of you who've been on this webinar. There's been more than 11,000 people who attended the webinar with 22,000 registration. So I can't thank you enough, guys. It's been an amazing journey. I'm not too sure if I'm going to have the energy and effort to continue. I will give it my best shot on the webinars. But look, this is why I do this, for people like you guys on the screen right now. And Nayan, when I get speaker like you, I get even more motivated because we learn so much from you. Today it was a really an adventure of learning, which is amazing. So Nayan, just final word on your side. You're getting lots of comment from everybody there. Lots of, you've seen the comments already. So Nayan, final word of wisdom before I say thank you. Guys, don't forget to email me your name for your self-care attendance. And of course, we will catch up. So Nayan, just final word before we conclude.
First, I would like to appreciate, I am truly thankful to you, Mr. Anil, for inviting me here on this wonderful platform that is CPT. It's my honor to be here. And I would like to thank each one of you for being here, because it shows that how much committed you are, how much passionate you are, how much enthusiastic you are for your growth and for your transformation. And that is absolutely amazing. See, you had so many options with you. You might be watching TV, you might be spending time with your loved ones, or you might be going out. But you chose to be here. You chose to work on your transformation. You chose to work on your skills, your speaking skills, so that you will become powerful and a fearless speaker. And that is really amazing. And please continue this for the rest of your life, because learning is something which is never ending.
Okay, so just quickly, I've got this final survey based on the presentation today. Are you excited to become a public speaker? So just a few words on that, guys, quickly. Based on the presentation today, are you excited to become a public speaker? So just want to get the survey is totally transparent. We've got nothing to hide, guys. I'm going to share the result. What do you think the percentage would be, Nayan, quickly, based on what you've done today?
I think that percentage should be 100%. Okay,
we're not quite there yet, so I'm going to share the result. And we've got the result is there. Can you see it? 84% said yes, they are excited and can't wait to make a difference. And 16% says maybe they want to be a public speaker. So it seems like we need to do a more session. Guys, thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. And I would like to say thank you, all of you, to be part of this amazing talk today. Thank you, Rajni, Nayan, and of course, thank you for the book as well. So thank you for the 100, and we'll see you when we see you. Guys, thank you. If I can have just a quick wave of hand, and we'll see you later. Thank you very much indeed, Nayan. Take care. All right, thank you, guys. And don't forget to send your feedback. Thank you very much indeed. Bye.